Hello everybody, welcome back to Joe's Wildside Adventures. Today I'm up here in the northeastern part of Montana in the Badlands. Our guide for the next few days is going to be Robert Henneman. Nice to meet you. I'm so glad you had us up here. His wife Amy.
Yep.
And Amy's going to pop probably the biggest one of the weekend. And Walker Kinsey. How you doing, Walker?
Good.
This is going to be your first antelope hunt, huh?
Yeah.
Well, great. So we're going to have, we have 5 tags. And we're going to be here for about 2.5 days, and already we've seen several dozen antelope and we've seen some mule deer. So stay tuned when Joe's Wildside Adventures returns, northeastern Montana, on an antelope hunt. Robert, this is obviously my first time antelope hunting. What is it that we're going to be looking for in a quality antelope?
Well, the number one thing I look for is mass, because your mass circumference, I mean, anybody can shoot a 15, 16 incher, but if he's thin, he's not going to score well. So I think mass makes the biggest difference on antelope. So the first thing I'm looking for is mass, and the second thing I'm looking for is prong length, and then height usually goes like that. Because most of these goats are going to run 12 to 15, but if you get one with a lot better prong, that can make up for being a little shorter. So I go mass first, then prong, then horn length. And a long distance like this, you want to look for something that just has a lot of black on its head, and then pull the spot and scope out. The biggest piece of advice I can give you is when we find a goat and we look him over real quick and we decide he's not what we want, we need to keep moving, because the longer we all look at him, the better he starts looking. So I think it's time we move on to the next group of goats and try to find something before we talk ourselves into shooting this one.
Well, we got out this morning and we have 5 people with tags, and we weren't really picking an order or anything, and the guy said, you know, there's some antelope, so I put the glasses on him. As soon as I put the glasses on him, I said, oh my God. And I got Robert over here and he took a look and he said, that's a shooter buck. So he's probably, what, 600-700 yards from us right now?
I'd say he's 800 yards right now, so I figure we'll just go up and loop that. And there's a lot of antelope scattered through here, so our biggest issue is just going to be, you know, not bumping other antelope till we get to that herd and just kind of sifting through them. So I think if we can get up and get around that ridge, we might be able to get a nice shot at it.
Okay. We started our stalk and we got about 300 or 400 yards. And we're walking up this trail. We know the herd's about 800 yards, and just as I looked up, there was a silhouette of an antelope on this knoll up here, a nice buck. He's not the one we're after, but he was staring us down from about 400 yards. So we're waiting until he crests over that knob. Once he gets over that, we're going to continue our stalk. But I could still see him, and we don't want to move. We're going to stay here until he gets well out of sight. He's hit.
Okay, put another one in. Adjust for the wind, you hit him back.
Yeah. I got him in the chest. He's down.
He's down.
He's down. He's down. Shooting out here in this wind is really different. We probably have about a 15-mile-an-hour wind, and the animal was ranged at 322 yards. And so I put it right on his chest and wasn't thinking about the wind, and I hit him a little back. He wasn't able to go very far, so I put a second shot in him, and I hit him right in the chest, in the vitals. I let him up front a little bit. So once I stop shaking, we'll go down and take a look at this buck.
We got to go to commercial break right now because Joe can't catch his breath. After this commercial, when he's got his breath caught, then we're going to go down and look at that antelope.
All right, stay tuned, everybody. Good job. Well, Robert, I can't thank you enough, man. That was an unbelievable stalk. We covered some serious ground. How many miles would you say from the truck? And
2 miles.
2 miles.
I don't exaggerate that much.
Yeah, I do. But look how pretty. He's got the dark snout. And tell everybody who's a little unfamiliar with antelope hunting how you score this buck and why he's such a good buck.
Well, how you score an antelope buck is you take an outside measurement from the base of the horn here and you follow it up on the outside of the curve all the way to the tip, and that's your length. Whichever horn is the longest, which is going to be this one, you divide that by 4 and you start at the base and you get a base circumference, and then whatever that measurement was, you get 3 more circumference measurements. And then you measure the prong, and on the prong, you measure the top of the prong down around to the back of the base. So that goat right there is going to have almost 4-inch prongs, but his mass alone is what's going to carry him. He's going to have 6-inch bases, and he's going to have 6-inch seconds. So that's a solid mid-70s goat, and I mean, you can't do better than that. He's going to lose a little bit just because he's broke off probably 3 inches there, but that gives him character. I mean, the buck, he was the herd buck, and he did a lot of fighting, and he broke off.
And they're just coming out of the rut, right? So he's probably beat up pretty good. And I'd hate to see what the other guys look like if he looks like this, because I don't know if you'd be able to see it on camera or not, but his body was way bigger than the rest of the animals in that herd. He was just a massive buck. And I am just so pleased to have him, and he's going to look great on my wall. So Michelle, don't worry, we'll make room. He's going to fit just fine. And thanks again, man. That was an awesome stalk. And stay tuned, because we have 4 more tags to fill. More antelope hunting from northeastern Montana. Well, when I put my stalk on, we were coming up on this knoll up here behind us to try to get a shot, and we heard 2 shots in the distance from where we came from. And turns out that Walker Kinsey got yourself a nice little buck there, huh?
Yeah.
And what happened? What got you out of the truck so fast?
Well, we saw some does run over the hill, and we got excited, so we ran up there and let's get a closer look at the does, and the bucks popped out. Looking at the bucks, and decided to take this one, and shot him.
You shot him. That's an awesome animal. That's an awesome animal. And you're how old? 13?
13.
13 years old.
Yep.
And you got your first antelope at the age of 13, and it took me 50 years to get my first one. Congratulations, man. That's a super animal. Okay, no sooner did we get our 2 antelope walkers in mind in the truck, and we started to drive out of this property and noticed another herd up there, and there are 4 bucks in there. And Diane's up. So did you see one you liked in there?
Well, there's a couple in there that would suffice. I'd be happy.
Yeah, I like that last one. He's got some nice mass on the back of him. He's got some good prongs, and he's nice and even. Right now, the rangefinder says 487 yards, so we're going to try to get within a couple hundred yards.
That would be nice.
And what we're hoping is they're going to walk up that draw, and then we're going to try and get up on top of that ridge there and cut them off and get a shot down on them. What? He's moving. All right, hold on. He's just turning around now. You got him? Let me wait. So wait, one's going to walk in front of him. Right in there. He's all by himself. Oh, wait. He's starting to trot. There he is. He just crossed the trip. All right, over to the right some more. He should be right there. He's feeding. You got him? You got him?
Yeah, right there.
There he is. He's facing you now.
Is he dropped his head?
Yep. Yeah. Okay.
That's
He's
him?
going back to the right.
Right.
Okay.
Him?
That's him. Oh, good shot! Good shot!
Did I?
You dropped him like a ton of bricks.
Praise God.
Good
Thank
shot.
you.
Whew.
Thank you.
Let's go take a look at him.
Okay. Wow. What a getting.
That is a unique looking.
Holy cow, look at that.
Wow.
See how his
Look
horns
at
come
that.
forward?
Oh my gosh.
Well, Diane, congratulations.
Thank you.
That is a fantastic buck.
Thank you.
301 yards on the rangefinder. What was going through your mind when you were laying up on that hill?
I was just trying to be relaxed and trying to take the best shot that I could. I just that's the way I was brought up. So that's that's all I can say is get him down while you can.
Well, you did. One shot.
Thank you.
This
you.
is a
I
little
had
different.
a team.
This is unique, yeah. Every once in a while you'll get an antelope that his horns just grow real wide or they kind of go forward like this. And this is a buck that's just so unique that you just can't pass.
He's got good mass. He's about almost 15
He's
inches.
almost 15 inches tall.
And if you turn him sideways, facing this
This way?
direction, look how his horns, they go out the front of his head. And that's one of the reasons why Robert selected this buck. It's a unique buck. It's different. It's going to look great on your wall.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay, well, that's 3 already this morning. And we got
Yes.
2 more to go.
Hi.
It's 2 o'clock.
All right, we
Yes.
still have about 4 hours, 4.5 hours of daylight, and Jim's gonna be up. And Amy, I know Amy's just dying over there. Look at her, she's foaming at the mouth. She's going, when's it my turn? Well, stay tuned, folks. When we come back, more antelope hunting from the Courageous Ranches in northeastern Montana. Rob just took a look up around the bend, and he said he didn't see a shooter buck up there. There's several bucks there, but it's not the one we're looking for. So, what we were talking about, Walker has a doe tag. So I think what the plan is we're going to let Walker shoot a doe. These antelope are only 280 yards away, so be a nice shot right here. Yeah, he's looking up here. Right over the top of her. Chamber another one, chamber another one. Oh, there's the whole herd. Okay, hold up. Oh, you got her. And she's down. She's down.
Oh yeah.
Good job, Walker. Good job. Well, I just took a walk up on this knoll here, and Amy's up, and she's ready to go. I spotted a herd, small herd. There's probably 12 to 15 antelope there. There's at least 6 bucks. I didn't want to spend too much time up there and have something see me, so I backed off the hill, and we're going to sneak around this little ridge over here and see if we can get a better look. So, are you ready to go?
I'm ready.
Okay, let's go down here below and take a look.
Nice shot. He's down. And that's a nice buck.
Good shot.
Good job, Lucas. That's a nice buck.
Good shot. Way to go. Way to go. Congratulations, young lady. That was awesome. Robert, that was a
Thank
great
you.
stalk. We actually saw this buck last night, and Robert said, oh, let's pass him up. We might be able to do something a little better today. And we were out all morning today. You saw Amy shoot her doe this morning.
Stop right up here at the top. Stop up here.
Got him. You
Nice
got
shot.
him, Amy.
Turn to the camera.
There's the shooter. Good shot. Well, congratulations, Amy.
Thank you.
You have a doe tag, and we still have to shoot your buck. But we talked a little bit earlier about the game management and thinning out some of the does and the younger females of the species, and you did a great job. That was
Thank
a
you.
great shot. And I know Amy's really dying to get that nice buck, huh? How many of you passed up so far?
Oh, probably about 20.
20? And did you pass them up because you wanted to, or the guide said, nah, he's not good enough?
My husband, the guide, said not good enough. I probably would have shot a few.
We're gonna go take a look at them, and we'll check right back as soon as we get down and see this beautiful antelope down there.
Grab a hold of
Look at that.
that. That is
Yes.
a nice buck.
Well, Amy, congratulations once again on a
Thank you.
fantastic buck. Look at that. You measured him, what, 14 and a half?
14 and a half.
And he's got 5 and 5/8 on the base.
Yep.
He's going to score real well. Are you pleased with that buck?
I'm really pleased.
That's really
Yeah.
nice because we put on a valiant stock a little earlier today, and you didn't end up shooting that buck, but this is the one you saw last night.
Yeah,
I know
this-
you really wanted to shoot him, but Robert said, oh, you got another day. Let's go check it out. So we decided to come back out here and see this. What do you think of this one?
I think it's beautiful.
Yeah.
I think she's going to want to mount him. I think this one's going to go to the taxidermist.
Oh, of course.
We got the bucks feeding right to us. We're up on this high bluff, and it's perfect weather in October here at the Courageous Ranches. As soon as this buck turns broadside, I'm going to take him. It's about 320 yards.
Good shot. Good shot, buddy. Wow.
Well, we did it.
What
That was the
stock?
ultimate stock, and here he
Okay.
is. He's a real wide buck, and he's got some good curls to him. He's going to look good on the trophy room.
He certainly is. And you know, we were running out of light,
Yeah.
and we said, you know, that buck's about 1.5 miles away. Let's put the stock on.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't realize he was an ex-Marine. Left this old man in the dust, but I managed to catch up
He caught us.
right when we got ready to set up the camera and get the gun. And man, what a great 3 days up here.
Yeah, what a 3 great days in Courageous Ranches in northeast Montana. It doesn't get any better than this.
That's right. Robert, I want to thank you for a
Hey.
wonderful trip. It's been a great few days. We saw so many quality bucks up here. A lot of 14 inchers, a lot of 13 inchers, a lot of doe, just tons and tons of antelope up here. Amy, it was nice meeting you.
Nice to
and
meet you.
congratulations on a
Thank
great
you.
buck and a doe. Make sure you stay tuned for Cooking on the Wild Side. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Cooking on the Wild Side with Joe Rossi. I hope everybody enjoyed that show from the Courageous Antelope Camps up in northeastern Montana. I certainly had a wonderful time, and I'd like to thank John and James, Robert, Jim, all the guys up there. It was really a nice time. And today what we're going to do is we're going to feature an antelope tenderloin with a peach brandy reduction sauce. But before we get started, I'd like to thank our friends from the Ferrari Carano Winery in Healdsburg, California for providing today's wonderful Cabernet Sauvignon. Hello, Kristen. How are you?
Good, how are you?
Oh, I'm just fine.
Great.
Are you hungry?
Yes, very hungry. Thank
Hello,
you.
Brittany.
Hi.
Have you ever had an antelope before?
No, this
You
will be
haven't.
first.
Hello, Jules. Can I
Hello.
call you Jules or should I call you Jules?
Please, Jules is wonderful.
Jules is wonderful. Okay. I have 2 pieces of backstrap here from the antelope, and I also have the tenderloin, so we're going to have a little bit of variety. These are actually the best cut of meat on any venison, whether it be deer or antelope, elk, caribou. These are the finest cuts of meat, similar to the filet mignon. This is my Wildside seasonings that you're going to be able to get on the internet, on my website. If you go to joeswildsideadventures.com and click on the store, you'll be able to see the rub and you'll be able to buy it right online. And I'm going to put just a little bit of olive oil in the bottom of this pan, and we're going to spread that first part around. The olive oil, get it even. And as soon as I have them brown, we're going to take them off and we're going to put them in the plate here outside, and then we're going to make our sauce. All right, let's get these turned over. You can see how nice and brown that is, and that's all you want to do. And we'll give these a couple more minutes on this side. And then once I get them on both sides, then you want to turn them a little bit just to get all the edges that are kind of pink. They're just about where I want them, so I'm going to get them off the heat. And we're just going to put these aside and let them rest a little bit right here. So I'm going to add a little bit of olive oil back into the pan. I'm going to pour some of the peach juice in here. And then we're going to put some white wine. And we're going to add some chicken stock. I'm going to add about a tablespoon of flour because we want this to thicken up just a little bit. I'm going to add my brown sugar, about a tablespoon. I'm going to put the peaches in. Now I'm going to put my brandy in here. And I'm going to put the tenderloins in the pan. And what you want to do is you just want to turn them around so that they all get coated, and you want to try to get them submerged as much as possible. I'm going to put a little bit of fresh parsley, and we're going to put it in the oven on 500 degrees for 10 minutes. Oh yeah. So we're gonna take that out, set it up here. So I'm gonna take all of these tenderloins out. We're gonna put it out here on this cutting board. We're gonna slice them, and I like to serve these medium rare. And these are just perfect. Oh, I can't wait to try this. This looks absolutely wonderful here. Alrighty. How's it smelling, girls?
Amazing.
Oh, good. Okay, well, we're ready to go here. Some rice, some green beans, some of this peach brandy sauce, and we're gonna put it right over the top. And we're gonna garnish it with a little bit of parsley and a rosemary sprig. And there you have it. Antelope tenderloin with a peach brandy reduction with some green beans and wild rice. Here you go, Jules. You could be first. Thank you. Brittany?
Thank you.
Here you go, Kristen.
Thank you so much.
Well, let me get my glass of wine. I know you ladies look very hungry, so cheers. I hope you enjoy it.
Cheers.
I'm glad you were able to make it today.
Thank you so much.
Okay.
This is amazing.
Tastes wonderful.
It is really good.
Well, that's going to do it for today's show, folks. I'd like to thank you for watching Cooking on the Wild Side with Joe Rossi. But before we go, I'd like to thank our friends from the Ferrari Carano Winery in Healdsburg, California, for providing today's wonderful Cabernet Sauvignon. So thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. Bon appetit. Robert was telling me, hey, you got to just watch this terrain. There are cactus everywhere. And be careful where you put your knee down, be careful where you put your hands down, and especially be careful where you sit. Well, this good old boy from Pennsylvania never saw a cactus plant. I'm pulling needles, cactus needles out of my rear end, out of my hands, out of my arm. But it was all worth it because I just dropped a beautiful buck. I can't wait to go down and see him. Once I get the other 20 or 30 thorns out of my backside, I'll be in good shape.